If you've ever typed your address in Google or HouseSigma and you got confused and disappointed with the price you saw online, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how much your Mississauga home could sell for in 2026 and how to think about pricing in a way that actually helps you plan your next move. I'm going to talk to you about how values are determined, what's changing in the market, and how to apply this to your own home so you're not guessing or relying on outdated information. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 things. Number 1, why online estimates are unreliable. Number 2, what actually determines your sale price. And number 3, how to plan using 3 pricing strategies. I'm Maria Ho. My team and I, we've actually been helping families across Mississauga and the GTA for well over 16 years with a focus on helping our clients move with clarity and confidence, feeling well supported and secure. So there are a lot of things that online tools simply don't know, which are very important in assessing the proper value of your home. So let's dive right in. First, your home condition. For example, if you had professional painting done, deep house cleaning, and everything is immaculately well maintained in your home, then your home value would be higher than what an online estimate would show. Second, your upgrades. If you tell me you've spent $50,000 in your kitchen or bathroom upgrades, new flooring, or a separate door entrance to a rentable basement, your home will sell a lot higher than an online estimate that simply cannot know that you have done all of these very important renovations. Thirdly, your layout. If you have an open concept main floor layout, or if you have a main floor office that's private and the buyer really wanted that, your home value will be higher for that type of buyer than what online websites can give you. Next is your street. If you happen to have a larger home on your street than your other neighbors' houses, or if you back onto a ravine or a forest with no houses behind in your backyard, these things will positively increase the value of your home. And we can only see this in person. No online tool will be able to provide you with that. The other thing too is they also lag behind the market. Sometimes, some houses have sold in the last 15 to 30 days, and they're not going to be reflected in the automated valuations yet. In a slower market like we're seeing right now, pricing precision matters more than ever. So what really determines value? Your home price is influenced by 5 very important things: accurate comparables, current listings, upgrades, buyer psychology, and current market condition. So recent comparable sales in the last 30 to 90 days. In a slower market, it's very important to take the most recently sold comparables rather than something that has sold 6 months or longer from before. And also to really select the most similar properties in the same neighborhood as possible, with similar square footage, age of the property, when it was built, lot size, and the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms. For example, if a 3-bedroom semi-detached on your street sold just last month for $1 million, and it's the same size and very similar layout as your home, that gives a pretty realistic starting point for your home's pricing. Number 2 is current active listings in your neighborhood. These are now your competition. The buyer is going to look at your home and then the other listings that are for sale, and they will choose the ones that are well presented and properly priced. In this market, where there are more listings available, buyers have more options to choose from. So it's very important. Number 3 is your upgrades. As you know, a new kitchen or bathroom upgrade and a finished basement, these renovations will increase the value of your property significantly, sometimes by $50,000 to $75,000 or more, depending on the type of property that you have and in which neighborhood. Number 4, buyer psychology. Buyers pay more for homes that are move-in ready versus those that need work or repairs, even if the size and the square footage is the same. The other factor also is professional staging, which pretty much always helps to sell for a higher price and more quickly. In fact, a lot of research is showing that staging can add 5% to 10% to the selling price and can help to sell 2 to 3 times faster than a home that is not staged and that is not well presented. Last but not least is the current market condition. So if we're in a buyer's market and sales are slower, then buyers will be more picky and more selective. Versus if we're in a very strong seller's market and houses are selling so quickly and there are bidding wars like we saw back in 2021, then houses would sell for much higher. So market condition really matters. Home prices are definitely determined by supply and demand. So what it boils down to is this: two very similar homes can actually sell for different prices depending on the timing, the upgrades, presentation, and pricing strategy. So how can you plan with proper pricing strategy? So when clients ask me to come over for a home evaluation, I spend several hours doing the proper research, and I always recommend my clients to plan with 3 price scenarios: optimistic, realistic, and conservative. And when we sit together, I always show them the best recent comparables to support the price range scenarios, and I take my time to go through this in detail to explain everything, similar to what a bank appraiser would be doing. So it's the most accurate evaluation. We also do a net sale proceed sheet that shows exactly what you will net after paying out the mortgage, any other outstanding debts like a line of credit or if you have a car loan, plus the real estate and lawyer fees. This will give you the exact amount of money left in your pocket that you can use as your down payment for your next home purchase. This protects you emotionally and financially. If your plan works in the conservative price scenario, then you're in a strong position. So for example, if your home is likely to sell for $1.25 million in a realistic situation, planning with the conservative estimate, say $1.2 million, will ensure that you're prepared for any unexpected market shifts or buyer demand. It's very important to have a specific price range to work with. So for example, for a house that's $800,000, I would recommend about $20,000 to $25,000 price range scenarios. Versus a larger house that's $1.2 million, then it's good to have about $50,000 price range to set proper expectations. Now, in today's market, unfortunately, we are seeing a much larger difference in the sale price, as much as $100,000, even $200,000 from the initial list price to the final sale. And that's usually because the agent and or the home seller, they've started with a much higher asking price than the proper market value in the current market. Perhaps they base it on a neighbor's house that sold during the peak market back in 2021, and it's not the same in today's market. Or they're just trying to test out the market and they're okay if they don't sell, so they're just really experimenting. Or often the agent might have used high sold comparables and they did not do the proper adjustments like the size or important upgrades, which could have a difference of, we know, like $100,000 difference to the value of the home. I was just visiting with one of our clients and we talked about how we sold their Mississauga detached in 3 days earlier this year with full staging and very little stress for them. And this is after they interviewed 4 different agents. They told me that 2 agents gave them a price of $200,000 higher for their home. Imagine that. But they knew it was not realistic. And they felt that the agents were just telling them this inflated price in order to get the listing. And they knew approximately how much the home was worth, and they just wanted an honest, professional opinion based on actual data. So they chose us because we actually took the time to really explain all the numbers and data, and they felt really like they could trust us. Plus, we gave them full services like touch-ups, painters, handyman, an award-winning staging company, and strategic pricing. So knowing your home value isn't about chasing the highest number. It's about clarity on the current market condition and exact numbers and data. This gives you full confidence and a peace of mind. So you have the proper pricing strategy, you know how much you'll be left with the net proceeds, so you can move comfortably to your next home. So drop me a comment of your neighborhood or home type if you want a realistic price range to plan with. You can also call, text, or email me directly if you want to chat about your particular situation. I would love to connect and help you guide every step of the way. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.